my hand and fly out through the dream where the skies are so clear. With you, I wanna stay with you. Said that you've been hurt one too many times before. Ended up staring